Hey, welcome back to Snapbolt Games. My name is Max, and before I get into this crazy deck, let me just say thank you to everyone who has subscribed so far. We just hit 1,000 subscribers, so I really appreciate anybody who has subscribed to the channel so far. If you're interested in it, there's a link down to subscribe below, and below that, you can just go to my YouTube channel. There's a bunch of good Pauper content on there, so go check it out. I play a bunch of cool decks, bunch of tier 1 decks, bunch of brews. But thank you to everyone who subscribed so far. Want to grow the channel, want to share this content and the game, Magic the Gathering, with more people. So pretty excited. And without further ado, let's get into what we're doing today. This is a continuation of the Soul Sisters deck, except this deck is totally different. So I'm calling this deck 12 Sisters because got the classic 8 Soul Sisters here, but then we have 4 Essence Warden as well. And this is like, I had an idea of building the deck with Winding Way Lead the Stampede, and I was talking to, who was it? It was somebody commenting on one of my videos saying, oh, could you use Winding Way Lead the Stampede to draw extra cards? And I originally tried to build the deck, but I was like, oh, it's just not going to work. The mana is not going to work. Originally thought of playing more of those like come into play tapped dual lands that gain 1 life. But I was like, it's just going to be too clunky. The mana is not going to work. But then I had a different idea, and now we have a similar mana base slash like acceleration package to decks like elves and defenders. And I think this is actually going to be pretty sweet. So what is the deck? We're playing 13 forests. We don't have any plains or swamps, only forests. But then we have a bunch of mana ramp, acceleration, and color fixing at 1 green. So what do we have? We have 4 Pilgrim. It's just a Llanowar elf, but it taps for white mana. Then we have 4 Elves of Deep Shadow. It's another Llanowar elf, but it taps for black, and it deals 1 damage to you. Then we have 4 Jaspera Sentinel. This taps for mana of any color, but you have to tap another creature. Then Lone Dryad is just a Jaspera Sentinel without reach. They're both 1/2s. So these add mana of any color. So we have 8 sources of any color, and then we have essentially 12 sources of black, 12 sources of white. So it's really, our mana is still not great, but our black and white cards aren't that hard to cast. They're all single pip. So as long as we have 1 source, we'll be able to cast them. And it's kind of like we're having a little bit more than 12 because we can find our colored sources with Winding Way Lead the Stampede as well. So, okay, we have all that mana ramp and color fixing. Quirion Dryad is great with a low land count, and it's just good with these Llanowar Elves because you can untap them and then tap them again for mana. So the combo of Quirion Ranger plus like a Llanowar Elf type creature can make a ton of mana, especially when you're light on lands, which you'll probably see in this league. And then the 12 Sisters, the name of the deck. And then we have the 8 draw spells, 4 Winding Way, 4 Lead the Stampede, which should be basically pretty optimal in this deck with 39 creatures. That's like an insanely high creature count. And then the combo, which I've been working with in the black-white version of this deck, you can check it out on my channel, Black-White Soul Sisters, is with a Priest here. And it's 3 mana 3/2. Whenever you gain life, each opponent loses 1 life. And then Epicure is the same card basically, except it's a 5 mana 4/4. So these are your combo pieces. They combo with your Soul Sisters. So basically we're just trying to put a bunch of creatures into play, make mana, draw cards with these, and then drain them out with these. And we can also just attack with all of our creatures as well. There's a lot of things about the build that I'm unsure of. Like, there's another creature that's basically has the effect of Jaspera Sentinel or Lone Dryad, except it's played in Defenders. It's a 1 mana 0/3 Defender. But I'm not playing that card. I might want like 1 or 2 of them just to have a couple more sources of any color. I don't know if 4 Deep Shadow, 4 Pilgrim is right. It's sometimes you do want extra green sources as well. So you could play like some number of Llanowar Elves or the like. You could. There's a lot of things you can do that I'm unsure of, and that we just have the 12 Sisters for life gain. You could also play some of that 2-drop that whenever they play a creature, it drains them, or whenever you play a creature, you gain 1. But I think just this build is pretty straightforward and pretty good. I'm playing 3 Epicure, not 4. Could be 4, but it does cost 5 mana, and we're a 13 land deck. Don't know why I'm doing that. But yeah, the list seems pretty solid. And the Lead the Stampede, Winding Way, if they don't counter these are drawing a lot of cards. Okay, and now what I'm really unsure of, I kind of just threw this together, is the sideboard. I am really confident when I say the sideboard is not optimal. It is not good. But it's where I'm starting. And of course, as we play some more games with the deck, I haven't really played with it at all, just like a practice game or two, just to see if there's anything that stands out as like really bad. But as we play more, we'll like know more what we need in the sideboard. Oh, actually, there was one other card I might want to play. I might switch it out in a second. So we have two Spider Silk Armor. This is good against like Electrickery and Fumes. Speaking of Fumes, I'm just playing a couple Fumes. I think it's really strong in the meta right now. Good against Elves, good against Fairies. And I think people will not expect it out of this deck. And it doesn't kill our own creatures. It only is creatures your opponents control. So that's a cool one. Triple Scattershot also against Fae or just flyers. This card's really strong. Good with Korean Ranger. Quad Gleeful Sabotage. I had three, and then after my first practice game, I was like, this card seems so good in the deck. I'm just going to go four. One thing of note is Gleeful Sabotage is not a creature, so it lowers your creature count for these cards. So having more creatures in the sideboard is better. There's also like Veteran Armor, which is 1 white, 1 colorless, 2 mana, 2/2, and it gives your creatures +0/+1. But I think the reach of Spider Silk Armor is strong, and that this is an enchantment. It can't just be killed by a lightning bolt. So I think Spider Silk is actually pretty strong, even though I don't like this card much in general. I'd rather generally just play more creatures, but I think it has a place here. Um, One Gorilla Shaman. It's kind of hard to cast. We only have 8 sources, but if we can, it's just a blowout against Affinity, and we can find it with all these. So that's kind of cool. I have the one Dispel. I might just change this in a second. One Field Surgeon, one Crimson Acolyte. I'm not sure about these cards, like what will be better or not. We'll have to play a little bit to find out. But these can both kind of save us from various types of wrath effects, potentially. So that's kind of where we're at in the sideboard. I kind of wanted this card. I'm blanking on the name of it. Rapid Vigor, yeah. I might want just like 2 Rapid Vigor. I think that's actually better than Dispel, just because Dispel is also going to be hard to cast with only 8 sources, and Rapid Vigor does a lot of the same stuff. It doesn't counter Fumes, but it counters like the Red Wraths, and it's pretty good against Crypt Rats. So I think Rapid Vigor might actually be good, and then we need one more cut out of the sideboard. I could go back to 3 Gleeful Sabotage. I could just not play Gorilla Shaman. It's probably best, especially considering we're on Quad Sabotage. We already have a pretty good affinity matchup with that. So let's try the Rapid Vigors. Again, it counters Cannonade, counters Crypt Rats. So I could see Rapid Vigor being better just because I actually don't like this card either, but I think it has a place, just being a green card, easier to cast. So we'll try it here. This seems pretty sweet. And I like now that the sideboard is mostly green spells, which are easier to cast. Okay, let's just dive right into it. I'll see you in round 1 of the league. All right, welcome to round 1. I think I played this opponent the other day when I was on Fae, and they were complaining about how many ninjas I drew. They were on like some type of Flicker Reality Acid deck. So we'll see if they're still on that. My guess is that they will be, but they definitely threw a little salt out there, so we'll see if they do that again. We're on the play. This hand looks great. Let's keep it. So I have a couple options. I think I'm supposed to lead Pilgrim, though. I think that's best. It is kind of rough in this deck because you often can't play Soul Warden as your first creature, but it's still fine, I think. All right. So now I can just fire off a Lead the Stampede, but I think it's better just to go Lone Dryad Soul Warden. And then next turn we can start doing more crazy stuff. We'll have way more mana as well. So got to sequence correctly in this deck as well. This deck can go off pretty hard here. I think this is most likely a good matchup for us. They did have Desert last time I played them, so we'll see if they have that again. All right, let's see here. What I can do is I can just go, I think I'm going to do, they're only on 2 mana right now. I think I can just go play Soul's Attendant and then play Blight Priest, then drain for 2, and then attack for 1. That seems good to me. Better to separate out the names just in case they have some like Echoing Truth effect or something, but I don't think it's that relevant. Let's just play this. Drain for 2, attack for 1. So this is already seeming pretty sweet. They have to do something. Otherwise, they're going to, if they play creatures, they're going to really start getting drained out. And if not, we're going to play a bunch more creatures. So this deck seems sweet. I mean, we are really vulnerable to cards like Crypt Rats or Cannonade. But that's just part of this deck, I think. We're gonna have some good matchups and we're gonna have some rough matchups. O-Ring, the Blight Priest. Okay, that's a problem. Sure. I think I'm just gonna go land, lead the Stampede right now. They're tapped out. Wow, we hit 5 cards and 2 of them are Blight Priests. That's insane. Just a little 3 mana draw 5. Let's see if they complain. I would love that. Let's see. I cannot play Blight Priest this turn, so I think I could either play double Soul, like I could play double Sister, or I can get an Elves of Deep Shadow down. I think one Sister plus Elves of Deep Shadow is best. So let's go Soul Warden, just gain some life, and then green mana, Elf. Next turn, we're just going to drain for so much. I mean, hitting 5 cards there was insane. They could leave up counter spells, but I don't think they're going to have any Wraths main in this deck. So I'm not too worried. This deck is sweet. This might be a better version than my black-white version. Okay. We're at 32. I think there's a chance we just kill them next turn with double Blight Priest here. So let's see. First thing I want to do is play Blight Priest. That gives me the most triggers. So let's play 1, drain for 3. And then I can play another one, drain for 3, and then play a Soul's Attendant. Seems great. Wait, do I play Soul's Attendant first? I don't think so. I drain for more if I play it second, actually. So let's go Blight Priest, drain for 6, because each one drains for 2, and then go Soul Warden, drain for 6, and then lethal. Come on, that was sick. That was sick. Okay. I don't think we need much sideboard. We could bring in some number of Gleeful Sabotage. We saw Reality. We know they have Reality Acid because I'm just confident they're on that deck. Rapid Vigor could be decent because they might bring in something like Cannonade, but I think they just might be straight blue-white. I think they might even have, is it Hallow? No, what's that card? It's, I forget the name of it. It's 3 mana, and it's white, non-white creatures get -1/-1 till end of turn. They might just have that. I could just bring in Spider Silk Armor. It also just gives all my things reach. I think that's just like the safe play. I just don't like this card in general, but... Oh, they say nice deck. Thanks. First game with it. I mean, I played like a practice game or two, but I don't even think I played the entire match. I just was like testing it out. Let's see. I can just take out like an Elves of Deep Shadow. I don't want to take out any of my draw engine. I don't think I want to take out Epicure in this matchup. They don't have that. I don't know if they have that many answers to my drain effects. Let's see. I could just take out 1 Elves, 1 Pilgrim or something. It's just hard to sideboard with this deck because could take out also just like 1 Loam Dryad. 1 Loam Dryad, 1 Elf. I guess that's fine. Again, it is tough to bring in like a bunch of sideboard cards. I could just not even bring this in, but I'm pretty sure I remember them having the -1/-1 effect. So if I can just get a Spider Silk down and not worry about it, then. They said bad luck for me then? Why is it bad luck? Just because it's a bad matchup? Or they're like 4-0 or something? I don't know. I mean, yeah, when I was in the last league, U White has absolutely no board clear. Maybe they're just trying to say they don't, but there is one board clear. Just gonna say, yeah, seems like a rough matchup. I think they have the -1/-1 to all creatures, not all non-white creatures. So I guess it doesn't hit these, but this hand's sketchy, but I'm gonna keep it. Abysmal. I told you this opponent would salt off. Called it. Nice. Land is good. Just lead Sentinel, because then I can make mana of different colors next turn. I can go like Essence Warden into Soul Warden. They're just gonna cycle Ash Barrens. This is a great matchup for us if they don't have like cannonades or something. They could like splash a cannonade out of the board or something if they wanted, but they can also play the -1/-1 to non-white creatures. All right, so I cannot play Spider Silk Armor this turn, but I can go Essence Warden, Soul Warden. So if they have the -1/-1, it's going to be annoying. Then next turn I can play Spider Silk or Blight Priest. We'll see. Looks like they don't have. I mean, they probably would have just played non-white creatures get -1/-1 there, right? And they said they don't have it. I mean, they could be trying to trick me, but I think it's better just to play Blight Priest and try to resolve that anyway. Let's just go land. I can't attack anyway here. Just tap like this. Drain for 3. Oh, I thought I tapped 2 forests. Just resolves. Wow. Now they need like a journey or an O-ring here. If I see more journeys, I mean, I guess I could have just brought in a couple copies of Gleeful Sabotage as well. Maybe this Spider Silk Armor is just not necessary. I just thought it was safe. So we'll see. Crack Clue. Our deck is like really powerful, but it is weak, like I said, to certain cards. All right. Well, I can only cast one. I can only cast one more spell here that's non-green. So I could play Spider Silk Armor plus Soul's Attendant, or I can play Blight Priest. I think just playing Blight Priest is better. And then I think I can attack with this. They can't have a. They don't have any flash creature, right? Excuse me. I guess they could have Spell Thunder Sprite and then flash in double block. I mean, that wouldn't be the end of the world if that was their line. Let's just go. Just jam this, I think. They don't have double blue right now, so I think this is a decent time to play it. Yeah, and then they just get drained for a bunch, and I think I attack. No draw spells yet here, but. So they just go to 9. They go up to 10. They have like a 3 or a 4 drop here. If I just draw like any creature, okay, they journey to nowhere one of my Blight Priests. So now that I saw Journey and O-Ring, I think I'd bring in at least like 1 or 2 copies of Gleeful Sabotage. Maybe not all 4, but I think a couple copies would be worth. It's actually still pretty good, even against just like one artifact or enchantment. Oh, they're going to flicker this and then get my other one too? That's pretty impressive. Okay. So they get both of my Blight Priests. Oh, it comes back end of turn, and I never get a Blight Priest back because of their combo there. Okay. It's bad for me. I can't really attack yet. I think I'm just going to play my stuff out. Let's just go Spider. Oh, no, now I can attack because of this. Yeah, it's actually good. All right, then let's go add green mana. I guess I should have done this in a different order. Not sure if it matters. Quarian Ranger. Untap this. I think I didn't, again, order this perfectly, but I think that's okay. Then I can attack for 1. Then I can start attacking for more damage. And now I don't die to a -1/-1 effect, which is nice. They're at 9. I need to draw a, oh, they're gonna kill my spider silk armor. So they might have the -1/-1. And then bounce the reality acid killing spider silk. Okay, that's a problem. I'm at 42 though. So if I ever find my draw spells, it's gonna be insane. I think I just play this out to make more mana. Now if I attack, I lose 2 creatures, hit for 4 damage. I don't think that's worth. I think it's better just to continue playing stuff. Every creature they play now, I gain 4 life as well. So I'm under like basically no pressure from this. Now I can draw, yeah, Epicure, more Blood Priests, more draw spells, or Blight Priests, more draw spells. I also thought about playing a couple of Mole Drifters in this deck. I think that could be decent. Just as ways to draw more cards and it's a creature. What about just like even adding like Mole Drifter Ephemera in here? All right, now they're going to start killing my sisters. That deck's slow though, so I have time. If I just, again, find a draw spell, that's going to be huge. Well, if they keep killing all my sisters and playing creatures, that might be enough. I could have not committed both Blight Priests, but I think it was correct. Oh, serrated arrows. Okay, nice. So they can take out one of my sisters. Definitely naming creature. All right, there's a Blight Priest. So that's going to be great. So I can just take 2. Blight Priest, and then Loam Dryad. They can kill a sister here, so I only drain for 2. But they need another answer to this. I think they have non-white creatures get -1/-1. So I drain for 2. I can go untap this. I wish I had hit 3 creatures off that draw spell, but obviously can't complain too much. So they go to 5. If I attack with all, they eat 3 of my creatures and take 2 down to 3. No. Just gonna have to pass. Might be able to go for like a lethal attack next turn. Another journey. Okay, well, I think I'm bringing in even more Gleeful Sabotages, especially now that they have this. And they probably are like maxed out on Journey to Nowheres. They're not playing Reality Acid. Shouldn't they just play it? Oh, nice. That's actually pretty sick. So now I can just play this, and then they have to kill an Essence Ward, and they take 1. All right, I'm just going to play it. Let's see. I guess I can use Corian Ranger here. Then attack. Then I can potentially attack with all. So let's just go untap this, return a forest, replay forest, play Epicure. I like to float the exact amount of mana, so then right when I click on my card, it just automatically casts. That's a nice trick. So if you float 5 and then click Epicure, it just casts it. So they probably have to kill this, and they need another Journey or O-Ring for this, because Arrows doesn't actually deal with this. They can like flicker this and stuff though, potentially. Yeah, they can even Teferi's Time Twist on this at some point. Yeah, they're killing an Essence Warden. Resolves. Then they go to 4. So they can block 3 things, go to 1. What would they eat? They would eat Essence Warden. They're going to 1. And they're eating 3 things. And then I would only have 4 attackers. It's not that great to attack, honestly. I think I'm just not going to attack. The serrated arrows holding us down for sure. It's a better matchup for them than I originally thought, but Ephemerate Thraben. Oh, but they get drained for one now. And then if they want to upkeep Ephemerate, I guess they can kill Soulworn before that happens. Draw a card. They're at 3. Yeah, I mean, they're in trouble. They have a Reality Acid, though. Yeah, they kill that, and then they Ephemerate Thraben, I assume. Core Skyfisher bounce Serrated Arrows, replay it. Yeah. They're at 3. They can go block, 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 lethal, but they have a Serrated Arrows. I also have 7 more draw spells in the deck, so that's something. Oh no, oh, I hit double Lead the Stampede on the Winding Way. I wasn't even paying attention to that. Damn, that sucks. Another journey. Wow, I'm bringing quad Gleeful Sabotage if it goes game 3. Do they have land for arrows? No. They're at 3, but I'm kind of in trouble here. Because we know they have a Serrated Arrows in hand. Okay, nice. Actually, do I want to leave any green mana available? I think I do. I think I just tap like this. No counterspell? Yeah, they do. I might just lose. Negate. Wow, that's aggressive. That's an aggressive negate. So I can hit them down to 1. If they get to eat 3 of my creatures, I'm just 1 damage short. Just gonna have to pass here. Spider Silk Armor is also decent, especially against arrows. I think they might have, again, the non-white -1/-1 effect. I'm in trouble here, though. Because now, like, another Epicure or something off the top doesn't actually do it. If they play arrows, they can kill my stuff. Soul Warden. I mean, I can just cast it. I think it's better to wait, honestly. Just gonna wait. I guess I could cast it and then start pressuring their life total that way. I mean, I'm just gonna die to them flickering serrated arrows over and over. When does this thing die? At the beginning of your upkeep? Yeah. Even though we're probably going to lose this game, I still think this matchup is good for us. Because we can just come out of the gates pretty quick. So as long as we don't mulligan to Oblivion in game 3, I think we should be in a reasonable spot. Bounce serrated arrows, replay it. I think I'm just dead now. I think I'm supposed to keep playing though. Because if they like don't play perfectly, there's a chance where I might be able to like play a winding way and then play multiple creatures on the same turn or something. I mean, it's not looking good, but Thraben. When this deck gets going, it is actually pretty impressive. It has a great late game. We were like 1 damage short a couple turns. Great game though. Okay, attacking for 2, sure. All right, I think I am supposed to play Elf. I'm kind of just trying to save my Soul Warden for later. I'm just gonna try to play fast here. They draw a card. Just see what happens. Maybe I'll see some more cards out of them that I wasn't expecting. They go to 5. I assume they're going to play another creature here. I got a 49. This deck is still really sweet, regardless of what happens here. So the Rapid Vigor really doesn't do anything. Another O-Ring. Yeah, I'm bringing in all the Gleeful Sabotages because If I am able to blow up these journeys, I know they could have like time twist to protect their things, but if I am able to blow up those journeys, it's like great for me. I mean, I could just concede here to save time, especially if they flicker that arrows. Don't think I can come back. Custody Swire, bring back arrows. I didn't even get to vote. All right, I'll just concede. They have arrows in hand, and they probably have counter spells available. All right. Maybe 4 is still too many. I could bring in 3. I mean, killing their journeys is like basically their main way to answer my Blight Priest, and if I'm able to kill their journeys, it seems really strong. I could also just try to keep 1 Blight Priest in play rather than 2 to play around flicker on the journey like we saw. And I think Spider Silk still might be good enough, just allowing me to attack through Thrabins or block Core Skyfishers and stuff, and just play around Serrated Arrows as well with Spider Silk. I could just bring in all 4 Gleeful Sabotages. It's not bad. Epicure is something they have to answer as well. It's just tough to sideboard with this deck. Could take out like one of my Soul Wardens as well. Just seems weird. Let's go Loam Dryad down. Could even go down on Aquarian Ranger. Go down on 1 Avacyn's Pilgrim. Down 1 Epicure, or even down 1 Essence Warden. I could go down one of my white Soul Sisters just because it's a little harder to cast. Sure. It's just hard to fit everything and still retain like a good draw package. All right, well, there's 0 lands. I'll keep this. I think I can just put back a land. They mulligan to 6. See if they keep 6 or go 5. This deck is going to mulligan a lot. We just want to see some draw spells here. They kept 6. Loam Dryad, pass. Next turn I can go Loam Dryad plus Soul's Attendant. I actually have to do it in that order. And then next turn I can just play a Blight Priest, and then we need to find some draw spells. But we got 8 of them in the deck. All right, let's go black mana. So we're just gonna dump everything we have here. Now we just lead the Stampede is like our best draw by far, which is I think generally going to be the case with this deck. Reality Acid, okay. There's just Soul Warden. Kind of rough. Drain for 1, then they're going to flicker this. It's going to be tough here. They also have a Desert out, which is not good. They gain 2 up to 15, okay. They didn't flicker it yet. Interesting. Let's just play that. They're going to kill this now. I think they will. Teferi's time whatever. No? I guess they don't have a flicker effect, or they want to leave up Desert. So I'm just going to attack with Blight Priest plus Loam Dryad here. Because I don't want to lose one of these to Desert, I don't believe. Don't think that's worth. Next turn I can potentially just attack with all. Like, why didn't they just flicker in response? Doesn't make sense to me. Because they just lost 2 life for no reason. I'm not sure. So now they'll probably kill this Soul Warden, and I'm definitely in trouble. No draw spells is rough. Core Skyfisher. Opponent definitely has ways to fight this matchup, like we're seeing here. Desert is good. If they're able to start flickering this, like we can't draw if we can't draw cards, like if they have a negate here and we just draw like a Winding Way, we just might get crushed. This deck is not that fun when you're just sitting here, not really drawing cards, but you got to stay in the game. Brutal. And we'll definitely have some free wins like Burn with this deck. Well, they obviously bounce this, and I don't have any attacks through this. I was also wondering if I should just have some type of like creatures you control get +2/+0, or like some type of like way to just be like send. That might be good. Like even Rally the Peasants, like we can cast it and Ephemerate right now or something. That doesn't make sense. Oh, they're just bouncing a land desert and replaying it and then playing Omen. Interesting. All right. There's Winding Way. Nice. They left our Soul Ward in play, which is interesting. 4 creatures. 1 creature. And I can't even cast it. That sucks. We hit double Lead the Stampede Winding Way. 1, 2, 3, 4 mana left. I think that'll probably seal our fate. I mean, if they don't have any way to flicker Reality Acid, that was pretty greedy of them to just play Omen rather than flickering the Acid, but their deck is like entirely ways to do this. That's like their combo. I'm feeling like I'm just dead. That was such a good feeling drawing the Winding Way and then such a bad feeling on the miss, but that's kind of what you sign up for. I mean, we also diluted our deck with uh, Spider Silk Armor and the Gleeful Sabotage. So definitely, I mean, we didn't hit any of those here, but we did dilute our deck of a fair number of creatures. We brought in 5 non-creatures and we took out 5 creatures. So we went down to 34 creatures. Which is not terrible, but not the best. Opponent taking their time here, probably deciding on their lines. They know that we have Epicure in hand. Don't want to see. I was gonna say I don't want to see the -1/-1. So then they can replay Reality Acid, which I think is what they're gonna do. But then they likely cannot fade away. Oh, did I not respond to it in time? I was F6'd. That sucks. If I think I just punted. Because now I can't add mana with the Lone Dryads, I don't believe. Oh, I can pay right now. So let's go 1, 2, okay. 3, 4 mana. So I can pay up to 5. So I just pay 4. Okay. Maybe they didn't think we could do that, or they thought I couldn't respond to it. Pay X for fadeaway. Yeah, so I have to sacrifice 1 permanent. So I can sack a Loam Dryad. Or I can sack a land. Might be better just to sacrifice a land, because then I can go. I can't attack with these anyway. Then I can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mana, play Epicure. All right, just sack a land. This gives me more power on board. They said it was worse for me. Yeah, it was. Let's see. Is there any way that I want to attack this turn? I don't think so, so I think I can just not take damage. Because I don't want to send with all these and lose a Soul Warden, so... Man, that Winding Way was just so brutal, though. Alright. So they need basically like a Journey to Nowhere or an O-Ring, which they can certainly have. There's the arrows. They can kill one of these. Elves, okay. I think it might be time to send with all. So they kill a Soul Warden. Their deserts aren't up right now, so they're gonna eat another Soul Warden though. I mean, I guess I can just attack with these, lose one of them. I think that's best. Then they have to arrows one of these, so they go eat like a Lone Dryad and then take a bunch of damage. If I also attack with Soul Warden, I'm getting in for 4, 5, 6, 7. They go to 4. If I don't attack with Soul Warden, I mean, they're not going to chump Epicure here. They're going to Serrated Arrows my Soul Warden next turn. Is it worth it to throw one of these away for 2 damage? I think it is. Is it worth it to throw away Soul Warden for one more damage? I feel like no, because they're going to have to Serrated Arrows the Soul Warden, almost certainly. Unless I draw a land, but I don't have that many lands in my deck. All right. They go to 5. They have triple desert out. Desert's definitely bad for me. They're going to attack? No. I thought they were going to attack and then flicker this. They're only on 1 blue and white mana. 1 blue, 1 white. So I can just go play Ranger. Then they're going to kill this. They should definitely kill Soul Warden here. Yeah, they do. So if I just attack with Epicure, they can go block it and then double shoot with deserts. If I attack with all, they can just chump Epicure and then take 3, triple shoot my elves. Man, neither option seems great. I feel like maybe just attacking with Epicure and trading it for Core Skyfisher is reasonable. Could also just not attack. They have to have like an Omen or I mean a Journey or something for this. All right, I'm just gonna pass. It also plays around another Fade Away pretty well. Man, we're just not quite able to kill them. Scry, okay. I just can't give them too much time to set up the late game because as we saw in game 2, their late game is like pretty solid. God, I just keep thinking about that Winding Way hit 1 and then bin my other draw spells that I actually need to draw. This deck feels so much different when you draw like multiple Winding Ways and lead the Stampedes because then you just feel like you have so much gas, but without it, you just feel like you're doing nothing. Wow, they're tapping a bunch of deserts? Scared this is somehow another fadeaway, but I don't think it is. I don't know what they're doing. They're just killing a Quarian Ranger right now, and then, oh, then they're Teferi's Time Twist on their Serrated Arrows. Okay. Dreamstalker, and then bounce Serrated Arrows. Okay, it's bad. Definitely in trouble. Draw spell. See if I just play Essence Ward and it just dies to arrows. I think I just have to pass. think I'm gonna lose here. They go to 7. It's actually relevant. Haven't they had this the whole time? Am I mistaken? Oh, that they had a different one. Yeah, there's a Blight Priest. So they did not. They chose to not play Arrow, so they probably have Negate. Now I could just play Essence Ward and play Blight Priest. I think I like it. Yeah, let's do it. Uses my mana now. I don't have like infinite mana, so I think this is good. Then they have to play arrows next turn. They can still leave up Negate, but we get to drain for 2 here. I'm scared to F6 on their turn now. Obviously can't attack into their 1/5. Our creatures are all just really small. If they go to 6, I feel like they have to play serrated arrows, yeah. Oh, I'm almost certain they have Negate as well. Just the way they played that last turn, not replaying serrated arrows. Okay, another Blight Priest, just run it. They're gonna kill this. Definitely on the gate. Yep. So if I attack with Epicure, I would, and Blight Priest just isn't good. It's just really not good. Just don't have attacks yet. Because they can just go like trip block Epicure if I attack with this and this. They could even potentially take 4, double block here. Then I just trade Priest for a Thraben, which is not good. Now they're setting up their draw engine. This has been a great match, though. Again, I think if we play this matchup a bunch of times, I think we're favored, but definitely not just like a free win. Their deck is actually better against us than I thought it was going to be, especially with like serrated arrows. Gleeful. Okay. Not going to play that yet. Again, I'm pretty sure they still have Negate. I mean, a Gleeful Sabotage should be great because even if they have Negate, you can still Conspire. So Gleeful Sabotage is solid against counterspells, which is the reason why I like it. All right, well, this is probably going to get negated, but I think I'm supposed to jam. That was just a super obvious negate. I could have waited, and then that forces them to leave colored mana available, but I think it's better to use my mana. I don't have that much mana. Man, if they're able to start flickering that arrows, it's going to be rough for me too. I'm just not able to keep these Essence Wardens, these like sisters in play. Mole Drifter, jeez. It's not good. They have 4 cards in hand. Another Essence Warden. And I don't know if it's getting much better. So they can kill this one right now and then kill the other one. But then maybe they lose their serrated arrows. So they can't keep flickering it. So that's why I went for it. I could have kept waiting and tried to build up like a mass of stuff. But okay, they're just going to return this to their hand probably. Maybe this was wrong. Yeah. Should have just waited. Might cost me the match. Fade away, huh? Don't think it's worth it. I mean, if you're playing this deck, I think you're just weak in a way to go wide strategies. Definitely shouldn't have played the double essence war in there. Yeah, I think we're dead. They do have to kill us in time, but they have 5 minutes. That's actually a lot of time. Yeah, now that they start killing our other stuff with serrated arrows, it's just rough. Feels bad to play like on this side of the matchup when you're just not really doing anything the entire time. But you have to keep playing because you might have a win. Definitely regret playing those Essence Wardens. Epicure. I guess I can just not pay 1 life. It's a big thing. Guess I can also draw Gleeful Sabotage, maybe get a couple 4/4s down by unlocking this journey. They probably have a Teferi's Time Twist though. I'm not really ever going to be able to gain life here. Thraben, draw cards. Desert is interesting in that deck. Gain 2. Yep. Attacking for 6. Yep. Actually may have some attacks here. Yeah, they're holding 1 back. It's probably correct. There's Gleeful Sabotage. Okay. Definitely supposed to just play it. And I think I hit Serrated Arrows plus Journey and hope they don't have a flicker effect here. So with the copy, I'm going to target Serrated Arrows, I think. I could target both at Journey, but I think targeting Serrated Arrows is better. They're negating it. Okay, well, they shouldn't have done this first because now I still conspired, so I can still now say same targets and try to blow up the Journey. Nice. Get my 4/4 back. Still have hope. Serrated Arrows is just brutal for us. I guess there's potential I should have just killed Serrated Arrows because that is just answering all my gain life effects, which is what I need to win. They've used 2 negates, so another Winding Way or Lead the Stampede might be able to do it. Journey, okay. Get an Epicure, sure. I also do have 2 more Gleeful Sabotages. They're hitting for 6, so I don't have that much time even. That's not good. I don't actually have attacks, I don't think. They have 2 minutes and 40 seconds. They're going to 10 though. They're attacking for 8 in the air, or just not with the second Mole Drifter. So that's a 3-turn clock. Quirion. Just play it. Just gonna try to play fast. I think they're gonna kill me before time easily though. Unless they try to take some really big turns. They have 4 deserts in their deck. It's pretty greedy. Just wasn't quite able to get there. Okay, it's a reach creature. Maybe they make a mistake and like attack with all because they think they have the win, and then I can block. They can also go arrows, untap arrows. Yeah, they saw the line. I think a lot of people forget this has reach, but not this opponent. Wow. Again, I think usually we're going to be pretty decent in this matchup. Serrated Arrows is obviously terrible for us. Yeah, that was close. It was a great match. I got them like within range in game 2. Like I could have gotten them to 1 a couple times, and I just wasn't quite able to kill them. And I think I had some pretty bad Winding Way Lead the Stampedes in games 2 and 3. So pretty rough for us, but still a fun match. Cool deck from the opponent. Um, I think every time we play them, they'll probably throw out a little salt. So it's fun. It makes it fun, actually. So let's go round two here. It's just so funny. Like, I love the chat on Magic Online, actually. I love that compared to Arena. Just seeing people salt off in the chat is great. It's like so funny in games. If you're ever at a high level of a game, whether it's other video games, Counter Strike, StarCraft, League of Legends, the top level, people joke around and they're usually in a good mood. They respect the opponents because they understand the game. But a lot of times when you're at lower levels, people just get so angry. It's so funny to me. Snap keep this hand. I think I'm supposed to lead Sentinel because Sentinel's like the only thing that can make green mana. It's what I was talking about. Like these elves fix our colors, but they don't actually give us a bunch of green mana, which in a lot of hands we need. All right. This might be the Menace, which I think is, when I say the Menace, it's mono white heroic. I think that's a good matchup for us. Yeah, definitely lead Sentinel pass. Just looks like we're elves. It is the Menace, okay. Oh, I think this is actually a good matchup because I don't think they can interact with what we're doing that well. So we go land, Essence Warden, Elves of Deep Shadow, and then play another Elves of Deep Shadow. Yeah, because this gives us more mana to like play these spells next turn. So I like it. Definitely playing this. I could play this first, honestly. Depends how much mana I have. I think I'm gonna have 6 mana though. So I might be able to play both. Still might be better to play Lead the Stampede first. And if they play more creatures, then I'll still be draining them, which is good. Okay. Well, they have a huge flyer already. They have a 5/5 flying, attacking on turn 3. So that's a good draw for them. And if they just make a flyer that's too big, we might just die to that. I think I'm supposed to lead the Stampede now because if I draw like more sisters, I want to be able to cast them. So I think I'm supposed to tap like this, leave up 1 green, 1 black. Yeah. Let's lead the Stampede now. We hit 3 creatures. No sisters though. So that's kind of unfortunate. So I have to play Quirion Ranger if I want to do extra stuff this turn. I already played a forest, but I can play Quirion Ranger, use this ability, then untap it. So I can play like extra stuff this turn. I think it's worth it. So I'm gonna do it. I also gain a life now. So let's go add green mana, tap this. Let's see. I think I am supposed to untap Jespera Sentinel because then I take 1 less damage. Bounce a forest, then add black mana, then play priest now, drain for 1. It's gonna be kind of close here. They have a huge flyer. I guess I might be able to chump at some point. I don't want to see ethereal armor. That's like worst case for me. They also have a bunch of blockers, which is kind of annoying. 7/7. They just benevolent blessing now to make it an 8/8. Sure. Pro green. I might be able to get out of range though. Wow, they're attacking with these just for 1 damage. That's not worth, yeah. And I have Quirion Ranger. I could just eat both. I was F6 though. Okay. So we didn't find any sisters, which is what we needed actually. Because, I mean, we're in trouble here. We also have to take 2 damage off these elves, which is really bad. So think what I'm doing is I'm just playing Epicure now. I think I'm just doing this and just hoping I don't die, basically. Then I can drain for the maximum amount of damage here. So let's go add green mana. And I can play Sentinels in order to chump this. So, oh no, this says pro green. Never mind. But I can gain a reasonable amount of life here. Untap this. I guess I'm playing an Avacyn's Pilgrim here. So I go to 13. They go to 12. Might be able to kill them. I really needed like one more sister. Because I'm probably just dead next turn. If they play a creature, they get drained for 2. Benevolent Blessing, do they have the win? Pro black. Okay, 9/9. Makes sense that they're doing that just to get in for more damage. Lone Dryad. Alright, well, all I can do is just play 2 things and then attack with all. I haven't done the math. I don't think it's enough. They go to 8. I'm at 6, so I think I lose the race here. The pro green was too much. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So yeah, they go to 2 here. This has pro green, so I can't actually chump. GG's. I think Fumes is actually decent. Gleeful Sabotage I think is good. Don't think Rapid Vigor, Spider Silk Armor, anything, or even Scattershot Archer is good. Don't think I want any of that stuff. They play a bunch of auras though, so I think Gleeful Sabotage is great. And Fumes, as we saw, does have a place. 6 cards is a lot though to take out. Let's go. We're bringing in a black card. Let's just go like, I don't really want to take out any souls because any sisters here. Let's see. I can go down on like some number of Lone Dryads. I can even cut like a couple Lead the Stampedes or Epicures. Maybe I cut a couple Epicures because they're just like too slow. 5 mana is just too much in this matchup. Could just side it out entirely. I mean, they're not going to have that many answers to Blight Priest. They could have some number of journeys, but I think I'd rather have Lead the Stampede over Epicure. 5 mana is a lot. I could cut one more Lead the Stampede or one Winding Way and play one Epicure. I think I like that. Let's just do this. Lead the Stampede can be a little clunky too. Not 100% certain on that sideboard plan. Yeah, keeping this 6. The 6 looks good. You want to see these like 1 land hands actually. These are great. So let's keep. Not sure what to put back. I could put back one of my mana elves, but it seems a little bit greedy considering my draw. I could put back an Essence Warden, which is also good in the matchup. They kept 7. That's brutal. The sisters are so good in this matchup. But then I'm putting back like an Elves of Deep Shadow. Might just be fine. All right, I'm going to do it. Again, I don't think they can kill my creatures that well in this matchup. I'm playing this first because this actually makes mana on turn 2. Okay, 0/4. It's fine. That's a great draw. So now I just go Essence Warden, Essence Warden. And then pass. And then most likely I'm not going to need to Gleeful Sabotage yet. So I'll probably just Winding Way next turn. But we do need more creatures. If I draw a Forest, that'd be kind of ideal because then I could just get this down. And then any creature they play, they start losing a bunch of life. 2/6 vigilance, huh? Land. Okay. I think I'm supposed to pilgrim over Winding Way. It's kind of awkward, but it's like a guaranteed mana source here. I think I have time. Because this allows me to just Blight Priest next turn and then Winding Way. I know it's really slow, but our hand wasn't perfect. I guess I could have kept Elves of Deep Shadow, but again, I think these sisters are really good here. Journey one of the sisters. I do have this, which is going to be great. I don't even think I want to play it quite yet. I think I'm just going to Blight Priest, and then later Gleeful Sabotage. Another Winding Way. Just going to get this down. I kind of hope they have another Journey now. That would be ideal, because then I can just blow both Journeys up, and then I probably win. Cycle. I think a lot of times they do have 4 Journey in the sideboard. Another Journey, please. Do it. No. I can kill those Sentinel's Eyes, but they just come back anyway from the graveyard, so they're definitely not the best thing to kill. And then they trigger Heroic again. Journey. Nice. You love to see it. Because now I get to get these back and just like trigger a bunch. It's really good. All right, so I can go Soul's Attendant first, and then I can still Gleeful Sabotage with Conspire. Oh, I cannot Conspire now. So I guess I wait one turn then, and I just go Winding Way now because I can't Conspire. That sucks. I think it's still fine. It's not great, but is what it is. Because I'm one creature short of Conspiring now. It's still worth it to play this out, honestly. Let's just go Winding Way. You always name creature. Nice. These Quirions are going to be insane next turn. Wow, our next turn is just going to be pretty sick here. Okay. They play a flyer. Yes. I'd like to use the ability. They hit for 4. This is why I think this matchup's reasonable for us. We have like a slow, kind of not great functioning hand, but we can do a lot here. Whenever you're F6, you have to like set up these triggers later. Lead the Stampede. Okay, well that's good gas for later in the tank. So, how do I play this turn? I can go play Soul Warden, then play Quirion Ranger, then play Gleeful Sabotage, and then play more creatures. I can also go tap. I wonder if I can Gleeful Sabotage first. So I can tap Pilgrim and Forest, and then both Essence Warrens, and play Gleeful Sabotage, blow up these 2 things. Then I can tap Jaspera Sentinel. I'm going to have these 2 creatures in play. Then I tap Jaspera Sentinel, play Quirion Ranger. Then I can untap Pilgrim, return Forest, replay Forest. Yeah, that's the line. That's the line. So I go tap these 2, Gleeful Sabotage with Conspire, target this one, tap 2 creatures. Oh, the creatures have to share a color with the spell? I thought you could tap a white creature that share a color with it. Oh, wow. So did I just fuck up? Oh my god. So it's good to know the meaning of okay, I didn't fuck up. I can still just Quirion Ranger here. Okay. We're fine. So now I can just go Quirion. Drain. Yes. Yield. Then go add a mana. Can use Quirion right now. Sure. Replay this and then cast with Conspire now. Target this one. Tap 2 green creatures because that's what you have to do. Good to know. Then blow up these 2 things. Oh, I probably should have killed them in the opposite order. I didn't think about that. Because then I would have... No. This order is better, actually. Drain for 1 million. And then go Soul Warden. This is like pretty sick. And I can play another Korean Ranger. And then that's all I can do, right? Don't need to use another Korean this turn even. Yeah. Then gain 4, drain for 4. And pass. Pretty cool. This deck is sweet. All right, I'll just take all the damage. I'm not even going to block a Sacred Cat. They could have Karametra's Blessing or something. Definitely not blocking with my Priest. All right, we can just drain them out here. Go out in style. Pretty sweet. Gleeful Sabotage to the rescue, huh? Definitely leaving all 4 of those in. I don't think I want Spider Silk Armor. I want to keep my creature count as high as possible. I still think Epicure is a little bit slow. I think having 2 Lead the Stampede, 1 Epicure is fine though. Lead the Stampede's so good because they can't really interact with it. I don't even know if I need Fumes. I'm not trying to like edict them or anything. It just could be decent if they have like some 1/1s out, just to Fumes them and then attack with all my creatures. Might be better just to focus on my combo and bring in and like have like 2 Epicure, 3 Lead the Stampede or something. Yeah. I mean, maybe I just don't care about their creatures that much because I can't really attack that well anyway. Yeah, we'll try it. Maybe this is just for like elves and fairies. I mean, it'd be decent here. We do make a fair number of 1/1s, but I think I'm just gonna run it like this. All right. Having more like combo pieces is good. All right. Well, 13 Forest deck, classic. Yeah, I keep this. It sounds good. It sounds really good. Um, I think in this hand I need to put back a Soul Warden. Yeah, I just need to put back a Soul Warden in this hand. I need all my mana. I need my Gleeful Sabotage, and I need my Winding Way. So they're going to 5. Oh, they already went to 5. They're going to 4. Mono White Menace mulligans a lot too. They go to 3. Okay, maybe they had keepable hands and they just thought they couldn't beat good draws out of our deck with those hands. Maybe they just didn't have functional draws. Either way is totally possible with that deck. So that sucks, but watch, we're still probably just gonna get crushed here. Okay, land is pretty much the perfect draw. I think I can just lead Pilgrim now knowing that I have another forest. And then I can go like Soul Warden into something next turn. Oh, that's all they have. Yeah, that's sketchy for them. I think I'm supposed to Loam Dryad rather than Winding Way, even though it's mana inefficient. Because then it gets a Black Source down to play this. Okay, they play a flyer, sure. Probably just getting this down. They're attacking. So, oh, they might have either mutagenic or the other thing. I mean, if they're not going to play anything now, I'm just going to take 0. So, not like blocking does anything. All right, let's play this and then play a Korean. Oh, not playing that tight here. That was a mistake again. Not going to attack also. They might have mutagenic. I just don't want to lose my creatures. I should have obviously tapped Pilgrim and then played Korean. Then I could have used this ability. But I'm, again, just playing a little loose here. Not sure why. I think it's just because I'm not experienced with this deck yet, and I'm just taking lines a little bit too fast. So I think I'll try to slow down and play a little bit tighter here. I mean, I'm still fine in this game. They mulligan to 3. Their last card might just be mutagenic. Yeah. The attack with that just like gave them away. Okay. So I think I lead Winding Way. They have 0 cards in hand. We hit 3 creatures. Nice. And one of them was an Essence Warden. Sweet. So I can go Essence Warden into Ranger. And then I can just start using these Rangers and just draining for a bunch. Use Ranger, untap this because this is my only thing that makes green mana. I think I would want like 1 or 2 Llanowar Elves because I do want to make green mana a lot of the times, it seems. I can just keep using these Rangers, just getting them into play. I don't care about having lands in play at this point. Okay, they go to 10. They have 0 cards, so I guess I can attack for 2. Because they can block here and then they take 2. Just mulligan to 3 was definitely rough for them. I mean, meanwhile, I don't have any gas left in the tank, but they're at 8. I'm at 26. I have a huge board. So, looks like Menace is going down on a mulligan to 3, the classic way to defeat the Menace. I think I just started calling it the Menace because it was like kind of my menace. It was like my nemesis, like, and then eventually I just like got used to it and started calling it the mono white menace and the menace. Nice. Okay, we barely lost round 1, and then we were able to beat mono white there. Again, they got unlucky, but we haven't had anything I think like nut draws yet. So hopefully we'll have some of those. I'll see you in round 3. All right, round 3. It looks like we're against Cryomancer again. Cryomancer, get it? Because they cry, they complain. No, they were cool last time. I'm just giving them shit. All right. So we're on the same deck. This draw is not great. They probably know that we're on the same deck. I mean, I think I'm just supposed to keep this hand. Just play out a bunch of creatures. Again, it's kind of sketchy. I could mulligan, try to get a better draw, but I think it's fine. Sentinel go. Maybe I was supposed to mulligan just because I can win game 1 fairly easily. They have a bounce land? No. Okay, Winding Way is good. So I think I'm supposed to just play out more mana acceleration here. Do I play an L? How's your score? I think I just play an Elves of Deep Shadow here to make the most mana possible. Could also play a Soul's Attendant right now, but yeah, I think I want to play one of these. I'm trying to think of what my next turn's going to be like. I might play Winding Way. I think I'll just diversify. Oh, okay, they're 0-1. Oh, they lost the guy with Stompy every single time. I wonder if it was the king of Stompy. I'm gonna ask. I'm gonna ask them. Was it Sacred Devil? Sacred Devil is the king of Stompy. It was. Yeah, that player is really good. They just only play Stompy and they play a lot of it, and they are almost always the trophy leader. I don't know how they could cheat. They're just good. Why would you think they're cheating? They just play a lot. Yeah, I mean, they know which hands to keep and which hands not to keep. They play that deck like infinite. Like they don't even change decks. They only play Stompy. Yeah, they're really good. I mean, they know again how like even when they mulligan low, they are good at keeping functional draws. Right. Quirion Ranger was like maybe the best possible draw because it makes so much mana. So I think I can lead. Let's try to plan out this whole turn so I don't get messed up. I can go Soul's Attendant, Quirion Ranger, gain 1 life, whatever. Then I can go. I have 1/2 mana available and a Quirion Ranger. So then I can go up to 4 mana and then Winding Way. I could also not play Soul's Attendant first, but I think I do want to play it and get a sister down and then start gaining life. So let's just go for this line. We'll see what we Winding Way into. So let's go Quirion, yes, yield, and then I can go untap an Avacyn's Pilgrim, return a forest, replay forest, and then tap like this, I believe. I think I'm actually supposed to tap like this, even though I take 1 damage, because I could draw another white sister that I want to play. White sister, that's kind of funny. All right, creature. Okay, we hit 3 creatures, that's good. I cannot play a Blight Priest right now. I can actually only play 1 more creature. So let's add green mana, play Pilgrim. Maybe I play Loam Dryad. No, I already have 2 black sources. It's unlikely. I guess they could Journey or O-Ring, but they probably cannot Reality Acid plus Flicker this turn. So again, I only have 2 mana here. I could Loam Dryad. It might just be better. I mean, I have creatures to tap for it, and then I have whatever color of mana I need. All right, let's do it. And then pass the turn. We're on 1 land, but we have good cards in hand. I could go down to 2 Epicure on this list as well. It's just 5 mana is a lot. Tranquil Cove, pass? I feel like they should play Reality Acid. They're not. We drew Lead the Stampede. I don't want to play that this turn. I want to commit all my other stuff to the board. So I think I'll start just by playing Priest. Okay, just gonna continue to commit here. So let's go green mana. I think it's better to play creatures. I might want to lead the Stampede right now. I maybe would have to discard a card, but all right, let's go use Quirion Ranger, untap Pilgrim, bounce Forest. And I think I'm just going lead the Stampede. This is just so much more mana efficient here. Lead the Stampede. We hit 3 creatures. It's good. They might not have arrows game 1. All right, that's all I can do this turn. So we're stuck on 1 land, but next turn I can start really doing stuff. They could have a Journey for this, but that'd be okay. We have double Epicure here. Desert, it's fine. Reality Acid plus Core Skyfisher. Yep. Our draw's just been a little too clunky. Okay. Essence Warden. All right, now I'm just going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mana. Play Epicure. Trigger. And then go green. Let's see. I guess I can go untap Pilgrim, return Forest, play Soul's Attendant, drain, then go land, Essence Warden, double drain, and then go green mana, Quarian Ranger, triple drain, and then go use Quarian Ranger, untap Sentinel, bounce Forest, and then just play a Pilgrim, I guess. Drain them down to 11. And looks like they might be dead here. They can Reality Acid my Epicure, but I have another one. I might be able to just attack with all at some point. Again, I think this is a reasonable matchup for us. Yeah, so they probably have another Skyfisher or a 1/5, whatever that card is called, Dreamstalker. Okay. Ooh, they get triggered, they get drained for 3 by doing that. Yeah, that's good. Okay, let's go play Forest. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mana. Go Epicure, drain for 3. I think they're just dead on board, right? Because of my hand. Then let's go add green mana. Elf. Drain for 3. This was pretty cool here. And they concede. Yeah, we had another elf, and we could have just attacked as well. That was pretty sick. 1 land and 20 cards deep in the deck. I like it. Game 1, like, it should be great for us. Now we know what to bring in. I think all the Gleeful Sabotages. I think that's. Do we want the Spider Silks actually? It's a lot of cards to bring in. Doesn't necessarily do anything. Does help me actually attack, but not really that well. It's only really good against serrated arrows, which is huge. It is huge. All right, I think I'm just gonna do it. And what do I side out? Kind of do something similar. It's hard to cut cards in these matchups. Don't want to cut any draw spells, even though our draw spells get a little bit worse. I don't think I want to cut any of those. Cutting Soul's Attendant seems weird too. It's like a key card for our combo. I don't think I can cut Quarian Ranger either. I mean, what I could do is I could go down on like 2 sisters, 2 white sisters, and then cut another Avacyn's Pilgrim. And then like leave the Elves of Deep Shadow in for my black spells, which are, I mean, the white spells are important too. Ah, it's just so tough here. Don't know what the last cut should be. Again, I could cut another Soul's Attendant. Just seems sketchy. I guess I'll just cut an Epicure because it's 5 mana. Maybe it should be 2 anyway. Could also even potentially go down to 12 lands. Just because, as you saw there, we really just want like 1 land. We don't want like 4 or 5 lands. Mulligan a 0 lander. Snap keep this hand. Basically just need to resolve Lead the Stampede. See if they go to 5. I feel like they're going to keep 6. They're just deciding what to put back. We have to decide what to put back as well. I want to keep Jesper Sentinel because it's a white source, but I could just put back Soul's Attendant. I think Spider Silk and Lead the Stampede are where I want to be. I could just try to fire off a turn 2 Lead the Stampede with this hand potentially. I think I'll put that back. Not sure about that. Could have put back Elves of Deep Shadow or Sentinel as well, but I think that was the best card to put back. No Thraben. It's good to see. Okay, we draw another sister. I like it. Just gonna go elf here because then if they play something, then I can just guaranteed resolve this. And if they leave mana up, I don't have to play Lead the Stampede. Like if they just play Island here, pass, there's no chance I'm playing Lead the Stampede. Okay, Tranquil Cove, nice. Now it's like, I think I should play Lead the Stampede just because if I resolve it, it's so annoying for them. Assuming I don't miss again like I did last time I played them. Well, that's a pretty bad hit again. You want to hit at least 3 there. So a divination's not really what you want. You want 3 or 4 cards. Kind of sucks. Pilgrim for Reality Acid, okay. So they can Reality Acid my Spider Silk Armor, which is annoying. So I cannot play Soul Warden yet. I think I'm just playing out a bunch of stuff. Oops. Can't use that for green mana. Again, I just feel like with not great hits off lead is not where you want to be. At least we know we put 3 forests on the bottom of our deck. Reality Acid, sure. They're up to 23. It's not great. I probably should have played Jespera Sentinel so I could play this. Not sure what I was thinking. Again, I'm just not playing well with this deck. I need to play better. Let's play that while we can resolve it. Just play these out. Then I can attack for 1. And then they're almost certainly going to flicker the Reality Acid here. They said 3 hard, 5 me. Oh. Were they talking? I'm not sure what they were talking about. Were they talking about the Lead the Stampede? Not sure. I think they were. Alright, so now I just play Epicure and then Soul Warden. Right? Because then I drain for 2 and then drain for 2 again. So I think it's just straight up better. Because if I play Soul Warden first, I only drain for 3 on the Epicure. So let's add white mana with this. I can't actually attack into Desert anyway, so I don't think it matters. Well, if they are able to flicker the Reality Acid, they can just kill the Epicure next time they flicker, which is annoying. But if they need to play creatures, they get drained for 3 every creature they play. So they didn't flicker Reality Acid at all. Were they leaving up Negate? Journey the Epicure, sure. And if I draw Gleeful Sabotage and I'm able to like send this to the graveyard and this, that's so good for me. Land. I don't think I want to attack into deserts and this. Could though. They can only kill 1 creature total. But they'll just kill like an Essence Warden, block something. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I only hit for 5. And I lose 2 creatures. It's just not worth. And then this Reality Acid might just fall off. Wow. That's good for me. Because now this is in the graveyard rather than back in their hand. That's surprising. Okay, I have 2 sisters out still. We know we have 3 forests on the bottom of the deck. 4 in play, so we have 10 left in our deck that aren't on the bottom out of, or no, less than that. We only have, what, 13 lands? So we only have 6 left in the deck out of not the bottom 3, basically. All right, opponent's draw, just their combo doesn't really seem to be coming together. I mean, ours isn't really either, but Okay, any draw spell right here. Nice. That's what I'm talking about. Name creature. We only hit 2. Brutal. Still just gonna play them and resolve them while I can. And then no attacks. Still get to drain for 4 here. It's not terrible. Still was only a draw 2, which wasn't, it's not quite good enough, honestly. No attacks here. I'm hoping they just need to play more creatures. Every creature that enters the battlefield is drained for 2. Chancery, bounce Crossroads, I assume? Yeah. Okay, that means they probably don't have much going on. Nice. Okay. I'm gonna jam it. I think they have negate as well. Maybe they don't have negate actually. Just using a free untap because why not? Still not going to attack into deserts. Just like the fact that they have creatures to block and they have deserts, it just makes it too hard to attack. Reality Acid. Okay, so they have a second one. They probably just drew that, but do they have a way to flicker it? Not yet. Okay. Drain for 3. Could attack with Blight Priest now, but I mean, they haven't shown a way to flicker it yet. Why, if they could have flickered it last turn, wouldn't they have? So they might just be missing that part of their deck. They have 5 cards in hand. Raven. Okay, they get drained for 3, down to 10. It's a lot. And they crack Clue. I can start attacking soon. I mean, my attacks aren't great yet. Is the opponent going to start complaining? I'm speechless. They concede. Oh wow, they did have the negate, and then they just drew a lot of land, so they got flooded there. We were drawing Soul Warden into Pilgrim into Forest. Okay, our draws weren't great. Let's see what we had to hit off this for fun. Not a great hit. Only Sentinel, Essence Warden, 12 lands and 20 cards. Yeah, I mean it's a lot. Definitely a lot. They probably have what 22 lands or something. Still think that's a good matchup for us. So we were 1-1 against them. Barely lost the first round. I mean, this deck is sweet. I want to play this deck some more. Let's go round 4. All right, 2-1 now. We're in round 4, and let's play first. All right. We don't have any draw spells, but we can just. Oh no, we do. I thought this was another set. Like, look at these cards. It's like a person right in the same part of the card. I thought these were both Sentinels. So definitely keeping this hand. This hand's actually great now that I actually look at the cards that are in it. Just lead Sentinel on turn 1, and then turn 2 we can use Corian to make a bunch of mana. This version is dope. I'm loving this deck. Sentinel, go. I mean, we're basically just elves, but like we have a different way to win, which is actually I think, pretty cool because we don't need to attack to win, but we also don't like make as much mana or go off as hard. Oh, the provoke thing. Oh, that's unfortunate. You can use these abilities though to stop provoke, so I got to make sure to play around that because you can always tap this and tap any creature they provoke to make it so you don't have to block it. So that's what I'm going to rely on here. So let's go Essence Warden. I think I just play. Let's see. I could play like everything out. Then I'd have to use Korean Ranger, or I could just right now go play Soul Warden and then play Jaspera Sentinel. But then I don't have my Sentinel untapped. I think I need to play Korean Ranger. So I could play Soul Warden and then play Korean Ranger, and then pass the turn. And then whatever they provoke, I can use Korean untap Sentinel and then tap Sentinel and the creature to stop it. Okay, I think that's the line. So let's go white mana, Soul's Attendant. That was probably a surprise for the opponent. Probably thought we were elves. And then we go Korean Ranger. Just gain some more life for now. And then again, if they provoke on something, they're probably going to go play an aura on this and then provoke. And then I can go untap Sentinel with Korean Ranger and then tap the creature they provoke in order to not have to block. Yeah, so they're provoking there. So I go untap this. I guess I just see if they use the ability. Or no. Do I have to do it now? It's hard to tell it on Magic Online if they use the ability, right? I'm just going to do it now to be safe, at least on the first one. Untap here. And then tap the Korean Ranger. Oh, wait. I have to let provoke resolve. Okay. I almost did it incorrectly. So I let provoke resolve, and then before blocks. Does it say if they have to use it? Puts it onto the stack. You can't see if you have. It does like pop out the Deathblade, so I think they used it. So I just tap this, then that's it. Then they just hit for one. That's a nice trick that you can use to get around provoke. As long as I always have the ability to have a Sentinel untapped, they cannot provoke my creatures. It's actually interesting. I could have gone for a block with Sentinel, but I think that's just too greedy. I don't think there's any reason to go for that. Probably even just going to play a Lead the Stampede next turn as well. Play a Skyguard, trigger. Epic here. All right, let's go. Play Lead the Stampede. Only 2 creatures? Damn. We've had some pretty bad Lead the Stampedes for having 39 creatures in the deck. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think we're definitely hitting under average here. Just going to pass because I don't want to have to return all my lands quite yet. So, just going to pass. If they want to play Auras pre-combat, I could always untap and block with Jaspera Sentinel if they don't leave 2 mana available for this. Hyena Umbra on their flyer, sure. See if we can take down Mono White again. We have good sideboard again and triple or quad Gleeful Sabotage. Right, Sentinel's Eyes, so they're just going in on their flyer, which is fine. So they have a 7/7. We're going to need to draw something here. Ooh. So I can kill this Deathblade Elite. They could have mutagenic growth. So I'd have to use Korean on my Jaspera Sentinel. I could also just block here. I don't really want my Soul Word to die, but I also want to keep as much mana as possible. So let's let the provoke trigger resolve. And then I think right now they're choosing yes or no if they want to use it. Oh, I think they choose no. Or, no, they chose yes because it pops out like that. See? So they definitely chose yes on Soul Warden. So they provoked on it. Do I want to use Korean in order to save it? I feel like yes, I do. If I just keep my souls around, my sister's all in play, I think they're gonna save me because that can gain like so much life. So let's go untap this, bounce a forest. I sucks that I'm not able to just deal with this. I mean, I could just block and then lose my soul's attendant, kill this. That's an option. I think that's worse, honestly. All right. I think having the soul in play is probably worth it. I could have left Korean untapped and traded that, but I'm not sure that's good either. So I'm just going to play Essence Warden into Korean into Jaspera Sentinel here. Gain a bunch of life, get creatures in play, have more mana for Epicure next turn. Epicure costing 5 is a real downside. I think I want to go down to 2 if I run another league of this. All right, just going to pass. Also, Birchwood Ranger would be an interesting card just to have like a couple of, because we do have a lot of elves. This is an elf, this is an elf, this is an elf. But we don't have nearly as many elves as the actual elves deck, so Virtual Ranger could get pretty messy against like removal decks. This obviously looks better against decks like this where they're not messing with what we're doing and they're just trying to do their own thing. I can also chump this at some point. I don't think I need to quite yet. I mean, they could have Benevolent Blessing, but now if they don't suit this up at all, I'm going to be able to block with Jaspera Sentinel and save one of my guys. All right, they're deep in the tank. Mono white, deep in the tank, huh? Oh, looks like they just disconnected. Let me pause and come right back. I'll see you when they return. All right. Looks like they came back and they're casting Benevolent Blessing named Green. That's pretty bad for us here. That's what I did not want to see because now we don't have any chump blockers. So now they have an actual clock. But it's probably like a 5-turn clock. Okay, I'm going to try to kill this now. If their last card's mutagenic or something, it is what it is. I want to keep all my sisters around. I think that's how I win. So, okay, let's let Provoke resolve. They're going to use it. Okay, they used it. Now let's go Quarian, untap this, balance this. They can't actually save this, so their last card has to be mutagenic or something, which honestly I think it is. But I don't think I can really play around that. So let's tap like that, and then I can go block here. And they have to use their mutagenic to kill my Sentinel, which is definitely annoying for me. They don't have it? Do they just have a land in hand? If they don't have anything, that was just not a good attack. I mean, I guess I had to bounce a land. Drawing a land there is brutal. All right, so let's go black mana, black mana, Green, green. Untap. Doesn't matter what color. Play a 5-drop. Gain 3 life. Drain for 3. Mana Tithe? Jesus. I don't usually see that deck play Mana Tithe, but luckily we can play around it. Holy crap. I'm not going to block anyway, so whatever. Okay. Always yield to these triggers. You gotta always yes and always yield to all these triggers. Otherwise, you just won't be able to play this deck, basically. But they still have an 8/8 flying, pro green, vigilance, first strike, flying, if I didn't say that. 0 armor. Okay, I think we die. That was one hell of a top deck. 14, 14. I guess we could maybe draw like Winding Way into something. So close. We just need them to not have ethereal armor there, and I think we had a good shot. Because now we attack with everything. They go block, block, take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh no, oh yeah, it has pro green, pro green. Okay. The top deck got us. Let's bring these in. And again, that's all I want, right? Just quad Gleeful Sabotage. Just go down all my Epicures. Just go down like this. Is that? I don't know if that's what I did last time. Seems like a reasonable plan. Could leave in the Epicures because they kind of need to interact with them. Could cut some number of these. Could even cut an Elves of Deep Shadow. Maybe I want to keep in Lead the Stampede. Epicure does seem just pretty slow in this matchup. Kind of want to keep my like Jaspera Sentinels and Loam Dryads, and I guess I could cut Loam Dryad over instead of Elf because this actually makes mana. All right, let's try it like this. Not sure. Maybe should be keeping some Epicures in, but this hand's kind of sketchy, honestly. We have no draw spells, but we have double Gleeful Sabotage. I think I'm supposed to keep, though. It's like a functional hand. And then I can just go Soul Warden plus Sentinel next turn. Oh, Lead the Stampede. That was the best possible draw. Thank you. So hopefully they just suit up Cat here, and then I can just like blow up auras. I don't really care about them gaining life right now. Yep. Okay. Another aura. Okay, good. Nice, nice. Might just want to kill both of those this turn, though. I mean, it is hitting me for a lot of damage. Could ignore it for one turn, but they also have Mana Tithe in their deck. Let's see. I think I'm fine just to go Pilgrim into Gleeful Sabotage here. I think that's totally reasonable. Always yield to that, and then just go 2 mana. And Gleeful Sabotage with Conspire. Target Ethereal Armor. Tap these two. And then on the copy, target the Hyena Umbra. Yeah, that card's good. And then can I have a decent hit on Lead the Stampede, please? Journey to Nowhere, my Soul Warden, I assume? Yeah. All right, well, fine with that. Another cat, sure. They have 2 cards in hand. Land is actually pretty good. I think I'm just going to go land, tap like this, play Lead the Stampede. All right, at least we hit 3, so not the worst ever. Go Soul Warden, Quirion, Elves of Deep Shadow. Pass. We still do have all we have all the Lead the Stampedes and yeah, we have all the Lead the Stampedes and Winding Ways in the deck still. All right, taking 2. Devout Harpist. Destroy target aura attached to a creature? What? They're bringing this in to target their own aura, and then oh, maybe they think we have some combo with like oh, they think we have the infinite creature combo with what's that card? I just looked it up. It's the 3 mana 2/3, and it's the Essence of Gond or something. Goad. It's like 3 mana aura, and it gives the creature the ability to tap and make a 1/1. And then you play it on a 3 mana 2/3 that whenever a creature enters, you untap it, so you can make infinite creatures. So I think we have that combo in our deck, but I'm actually not playing that combo just because then you have so many 3-drops. I mean, you could rebuild the deck to have that combo in the deck as well. Maybe that's worth, because then you can gain infinite life as well and drain infinite. Okay. Just seems hard to set up though. All right, I think I can just go attack with everything except for Soulworn. I guess I won't attack with Sentinel because it holds these back. So I guess I'll just go. They're gonna just trade Harpist for like a Korean Ranger or something. Not ideal, but I think it's fine. I'm leaving this back to just brickwall their 1/1s. Classic Pauper. 3 1/1s against 5 1/1s and a 1/2. There's so many 1/1s in Pauper. Right, they're just taking. They don't want to lose this. Makes sense. I'll just gain 1. Could have held this in hand, honestly, but I guess I could have attacked for 1 more as well. I just want to hit a draw spell here. Not a land. It's not what I wanted to hit. I'm not going to attack now because I don't want them just to be able to embalm these cats for free. So I'll just pass. No reason to Gleeful Sabotage yet. They have like so many auras and more journeys in their deck that I'd like to kill. All right, Deathblade Elite. I do have the Sentinels to play around that. Nice, there we go. Good hit one time. We did have a full hit at one point, right? There we go. Nice. I mean, all I'm doing is gaining a bunch of life here, but we did draw 4 cards for 2 mana there, so not going to complain. Just going to play everything out, honestly. I could wait until I like have like a card to drain them with, like one of the priests, but I think this is better. Oh, I need to leave this untapped actually to be able to counter provoke. Oh no, I have Korean Ranger. Never mind. What am I talking about? And I haven't even played a land, so no, I do not need to do that. I still have this Gleeful Sabotage back. How's my league? Are they asking what my record is? Everyone's so curious about this deck. This deck is sweet. Wondering what their league's at right now as well. Okay, it's a flyer. Quirion. I think I can actually hold this because I want to, once I draw a priest, I want to be able to drain them. They're 0 and 1. Yeah. Classic mono white, right? Benevolent Blessing on their Skyguard. Okay. Well, I can Gleeful Sabotage that if I want. Pro green, they have one card in hand. But that had flash, yeah, sure. Another Skyguard, sure. I go up to 31. Getting hit for 2. I can't block it. I might just Gleeful Sabotage. I kind of want to wait for like an Ethereal Armor or something. Could wait on Soul's Attendant as well, but this actually does something because it can gain life if they play creatures. Do I want to Gleeful Sabotage right now? Does kind of stop them from attacking right now. I mean, is it getting much better? I mean, I kind of want to kill Benevolent Blessing anyway, and then even if they draw Ethereal Armor after this, I have time. All right, let's go. Let's go Journey, and then not sure what to tap. I don't know if it matters too much. And then Conspire, target this. Then I get my thing back, gain 3 life. I could play a Quirion Ranger again, but I'd rather wait and try to drain them. Quirion's not really doing anything on this board. I think this deck is actually pretty good. Attacking with both. This has to be Mutagenic or Karametra's Blessing, right? I think I'm supposed to block both, though. Yeah. So, oh, I only have 2 Jaspera Sentinels. I thought these had reach for some reason. So I could double block a Skyguard, but then a Mutagenic Growth, I get wrecked. I could single block this Skyguard. Then they have to commit to this one. I think I like that. Could just take here as well. Benevolent Blessing. It's not ideal. Obviously, a double walk wouldn't have been great there either. I'm still at a high life total though. Okay, there we go. There we go. So now we go add black mana. And then we start draining them out here. They're going to have another Journey to Nowhere. Which they could have. I liked holding the Quirion there though. Guess I may have been able to attack at some point, but not sure. This deck is just so sweet. I just want to improve it. Okay, they lose 4 life. We gain 4. Resolves. Oh, they're trying to go in on their cat. Oh, they're not attacking? Just to make better blocks? Sure, I'll take 4. They have 1 card in hand. We have 0. Oh, jeez. That's disgusting. Now we drain for 8 right now. And then I just don't attack, I think. Triggers going all over the place. See, they gain 3 up to 5, and they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blockers. So they go, everything's one power except for this. So they go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, then it's lethal. Right? Let me just double check. They can't untap or anything. So they're going to first strike this down. Then they're going to lifelink against something. They're going to gain 3. They're going to go up to 5. They block 5 creatures in total. One, two, three, four, five, and then they take 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 damage. Okay, I think they're dead. Oh, I could have untapped the Sarah's Ascendant as well. Oh, no, no, no. I thought I miscounted their blockers. I was like, no. But I didn't. I didn't. It was just over here. Yeah, this deck is sick. They're just dead on board. I don't think they have any outs. Oh, they have a card in hand? Oh, they have a card in hand. Oh no, if they go to one because I didn't attack with this, because they could have mutagenic growth. No, that doesn't work. Yeah, okay. Wait. Oh, that was game two? I thought that was game three. No! I was like, yeah, we got him. Definitely keeping all the Gleeful Sabotages in. They have so many enchantments. And they even have journeys that which they have to keep in, I think. Do I want one Epicure or two? Over like some number, like another Womb Dryad? Just seems pretty slow. I could have one of them. I mean, it's tough for them to answer like my combo. All right, let's go. Side out two Lone Dryad. I think this is fine. I still have 4 Avacyn's Pilgrim and 4 of the other one. Hmm. They kept 7. This hand is slow. I have like infinite draw, but I have no mana. Like I'm going turn 1 Essence Word and turn 2 Winding Way. Ugh. If they're just like gonna make a huge thing, I could die. I'm not really committing more creatures to the board until turn 3. And then like I'm never gonna have time to cast these Lead the Stampedes, I feel like. I might be able to just draw out of this though. I'm on the draw. I think I'm supposed to keep. Okay. Essence Warden is pretty good in this matchup. Land is actually not bad, considering. I might have to discard on this Winding Way too. I mean, that wouldn't be the end of the world. Ethereal Armor off the bat? Jeez. Scary. Okay, uncastable card, not great. Alright, we have to discard one. Do I discard one of these Lead the Stampedes? I think I discard one of these Soul Wardens. It's just I don't have like that much white mana. I guess I do. Maybe that was wrong. Should have maybe discarded a Lead the Stampede. This is gonna be so much damage. I need to find a Gleeful Sabotage. Oh my god. Okay, well, we're dead. That sucks. I mean, I guess I can start chumping that, assuming no protection from green. I wonder if I have to chump this turn. They just go Benevolent Blessing here. Jeez. Wow. They snap kept 7, and that was an insane draw. Damn, I thought we won the match. Pretty brutal. All right, let's go round 3. Let's see if we can 3-2 this thing. I'll see you in round 5. All right, this has been a pretty long league here. We're in round 5, and yeah, keep this hand. We can't cast this sister yet, but we can do some other stuff. Ho ho against elves? Interesting. Korean Ranger, let's go. Still no white mana, but can cast a Winding Way next turn. Our hand might just be too slow. We need to set up our engine here. Timberwatch Elf? That is not what I wanted to see. I can't cast any of them. So our draw is not really going to be functional here. I think we're just dead. Because Timberwatch Elf represents so much damage with their Quarian. Vanguard. Yeah, we just can't compete with this. Just no blocks. See if they double activate or single. Yeah, it's almost lethal here. All right. GG. So we get to bring in Fumes, not Sabotage, just double Fumes. And I think that's all we want. I don't want to sideboard too much. I don't think I want to take out any of my sisters. What I could do is I could cut like just double Lone Dryad again because it's kind of like the worst card. I can cut like one Winding Way or one Lead the Stampede. I'll just cut one Lead the Stampede, one. I'm just gonna cut a double Lone Dryad. I just still want to be able to be explosive and draw cards as well. Yeah, I mean, I'm keeping this hand. Elves has to mulligan a lot as well. I mean, they're kind of similar to us where they just play really low land count, so they're going to have to mulligan a lot. Quarian on turn 1. Interesting. Okay, so now I can go Essence Warden. I'm not going to play Winding Way this turn. I'd rather play it next turn. And then white mana, Soul Warden, Yield. And then I can play Elves of Deep Shadow here, or I can play Jespera Sentinel. I guess I could draw 2 white spells I want to play, but if I draw a black spell, this gives me more mana. And now if they play out a bunch of creatures, I'm gaining a bunch of life, but I don't have the Blight Priest in play yet, so I'm not actually draining them yet. I also do have 2 Fumes in my deck, which would probably just lead to a win. Okay. Let's just lead Winding Way. I mean, those are creatures, but they don't do that much. Can only play 2 of them as well. Pass. I guess I can attack. At least with Elves of Deep Shadow. Trying to trade that for either of their things. Don't really want to trade the Essence Warden because I can start comboing with that. We just need to find one of our drain effects here. Yeah, the fact that they have this card is just so good. And they have this too, jeez. They have 2 cards in hand. Could play one of these out. I could play like an Avacyn's Pilgrim. I mean, sure. I'm gonna hold these 2 to trigger for life loss if I find a priest. Or like a way to drain them, basically. Okay, I can't attack. They can start double activating this, hitting for tons of damage. They attack with multiple things, yeah. Then if I go block, they just go activate. I think I just have to take here. I'm kind of in trouble. I need to draw Fumes, basically. But now they can even save. This doesn't die, and then they can save one thing here. Yeah, I think I lose. This deck probably is just worse than Elves. But it's pretty sweet, and it has some really good matchups. Like, again, Burn is just feels like the unlosable matchup. I just grow their Vanguard for them. Why not? All right. This is a 5/5. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's 14 damage. 19, 20, 21. So it's not lethal yet, but I mean, I'm definitely in trouble. I mean, if I go block block, I lose two things, and they have to double activate, and then I can draw fumes. I think that's what I'm doing. Oh, trying to F6, but I was already F6'd. Oh, they're just going for. Oh, they're just going for damage. Oh, I didn't realize they had. I forgot they played another Quarian. I had to block all three. All right, well, I just punted. I probably wasn't going to win that anyway. All right, didn't matter. Wasn't able to get there. So 2-3 in the league, but we almost got there in the first round, and then we were pretty close to beating Mono White as well. I thought we actually won the match, but we didn't. You know what? I think I might go ahead and play another league of this deck and record it for the next video. So my channel, youtube.com/natbolt, go check it out. Thanks so much for watching. Till next time. Peace.